Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. We thought it would be in bad form to let Meghan Markle gossip overshadow the anniversary of Queen Elizabeth's passing. But there was an eyebrow-raising headline from the Express: Meghan Markle replaced at Invictus Games as name taken off schedule. The Express reported Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were slammed ahead of the Invictus Games, with mystery now surrounding the Duchess of Sussex involvement in the sporting spectacle. The official guide had originally suggested Meghan would take to the stage for the closing ceremony to present a segment about the competitors' lives, but now the Express is told Meghan will likely stay home with Archie and Lilibet to avoid the limelight of the Invictus Games. We suspect this news will do nothing to quell speculation about Harry and Meghan's marriage. That was a topic that even came up on Bill Maher's podcast as he spoke to comedian Jim Gaffigan. The two were in the middle of discussing relationships in general when Gaffigan said, "Like, if Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got divorced right now, people would probably vilify her and feel sorry for him, but we don't know what's going on." Maher chimed in, "I heard they're on the rocks. Wouldn't you think that marriage is under a lot of pressure right now because they kind of effed up their whole thing? You know, they kind of went way too hard on we're victims, and they assessed the mood of their generation and America correctly, and that we are lovers of victimhood. But America did finally find a way to say, you know what, we love victims, but you too, we've just had a little too much of it." The News.com wonders if there was some gamesmanship by William the other day when he turned up to discuss the Pratt Foundation's plans to help homeless people back into work. At the event, he also bumped into ex-footballer Paul Gascoigne and chatted with him warmly before posting with him for a selfie. Royal commentator Daniela Elsa observed, "Intriguingly, Thursday also happened to mark the return to Britain's shores of one Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, palace defector and aspirant podcaster. He is back in the UK for the World Child Awards, an organisation he has been patron of and dogged passionate supporter of since 2007. It is also the Duke's first trip since the coronation. Timing, as the saying goes, is everything. On the very day that Brother 2, the beardy, often belligerent one, looked all set to steal a good chunk of the spotlight, how interesting that Brother 1 just happened to be out and about putting on the old royal razzle-dazzle." Catching up on some other events from the week, Loose Women panellist Jane Moore wrote in her column for The Sun that Harry looked like he'd rather be anywhere else than the recent Beyoncé concert, but she quashed speculation that this was a sign of his overall unhappiness. As anyone married to an ardent footy fan will tell you, drag them along to anything that doesn't involve a small leather ball and they can sometimes act like a top-class misery. Royal commentator Kinsey Schofield speculated on some other reasons for Harry's face, telling GB News, "Some fans came to his defence as it was the day after his mother's passing, but he might have been blue over the fact that the Heart of Invictus has failed to crack Netflix's top 10 in the States." Seriously, just a glum look on his face. Meanwhile, body language expert Judy James told The Express, "Meghan's body language seems to have dramatically gone back to her Suits mode here as she poses like a Hollywood celebrity rather than a royal. She even outposes genuine A-list performers, here with her signal seeming to suggest she's back in the star-studded environment she adores. This is her right to act like a true celebrity, and she does so with body language that hints this could be a new rebranding in action. Meghan adds value to her pose, throwing in the cute and flirty shoulder lift and subtle forward health tilt. Her eye expression looks excited, but it also speaks to the camera and therefore to the viewer. Her cheeks are rounded and her mouth smile is symmetric, suggesting genuine pleasure. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Princess Anne's son Peter Phillips has been working on building an ice rink on the helipad at Kensington Palace with the majestic royal residence as a backdrop. Peter told Hello Magazine, "Given the location we're at, we came up with this concept. We wanted to drive towards the sustainability piece, but the simple fact of the matter is where we are and whose backyard we're in. That is really driving all that we are doing. So all the way through from our suppliers to our games providers to food providers and so on and so forth, and to all our partners as well. Everyone needs to be able to sign up to the process of sustainability and how we can make a winter event more sustainable. The closure of the Natural History Museum and the Tower of London ice rinks created a gap in the ice skating capacity in London, and so we are looking for a venue within central London to be able to fill that sort of requirement. I've obviously done a number of events in central London and on this site, so we looked at it and we started to come up with some plans, and then started to approach the household in the manner that you have to approach them to be able to plant the seed and see if we could make something happen. And fortunately, we are now in a position where we hopefully will be able to do. Your options are slightly limited when you're looking for event sites in central London. Having done an event here previously, I knew the various challenges that there are when putting on an event, but at the same time, what a success an event here could be. ICE at Kensington Palace runs from November 30th through January 7th. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please head on over to YouTube or youtube.com and do a search for Palace Intrigue there and hit that subscribe button for us. It would really help us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to you, John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.